In Berlin, the police recently had a gala, like the policeman's ball. We know it from America. And they hired, because the police in Berlin are part of the leftist, woke, insane ideology. And they have state power. And so their job as ideologues is to cram down this insane ideology on all the rest of us by force or by coercion or because people take it willingly, whatever. The ideology is number one. And so they're part of the trans diversity is our strength culture, right? That's their thing. And in doing so, in being pro-trans and pro-diversity and inclusion, they hired a drag queen. Of course, drag queens these days are going to be the moderators for every party, every government and official party. You've got to have a drag queen to show how diverse and accepting you are, because that's part of the ideology. And so the police in Berlin held a police gala, and they had to express their pro-transness at the police gala, and they did so. And they hired a guy who is a drag queen. Now, I don't know if he's a real trans or that he really thinks he's a woman. I don't get the impression that's the case. He's a drag queen, right? Just a regular drag queen. But this drag queen recently got busted for possessing child porn, right? So in Berlin, by the Berlin Police Department, and 2 days before the gala, the guy's house got raided by the police again in search for, I think, more child porn. So he's already getting convicted in Berlin by the police in Berlin. Then his door gets kicked in later on, 2 days before the gala. And yet still, the Berlin Police Department hired this dude to be the moderator of the gala. Which is bananas. Okay? That's insane. Right? And of course, they're going to say, well, we didn't know. Well, that can't be true. Of course they fucking know. And if they didn't, then they're dumb. Because you see, police, when they first of all, the police in Berlin are not especially clean as a baby's ass. Okay, they are being held under the spotlight by media and media personalities that are actually telling the truth, which in Germany there are a few of them. The mainstream media and the state propaganda media certainly are not going to tell you the truth about the police department in Berlin. So they're being scrutinized heavily by so-called right-wing conspiracy theorist media. They know this. So if you hold a gala about how trans and how diverse everything is supposed to be and how glad it is that you have drag queens and trannies all over the place, then you would at least think they would do their homework and vet the people that they are going to prop up at this gala. Because if something like this comes out, it would be a giant scandal if everybody knew that the Berlin Police Department basically hired a convicted pedophile, right, to do the moderation at a policeman's gala. Especially if they find out also that 2 days before the gala, the guy's house was raided again for the same offense, for suspicion of the same offense. Anybody with any brain at all would know, we should really check these people out before we prop them up and put them on TV, because, if they find out that we did this, that we accidentally hired some sort of lunatic, which they did, then it's going to be a real scandal for us. Now, here's the dangerous part. Here's the part where this is no longer funny. The police were well aware of who they put there, right? And if they weren't, they didn't vet the people they put there. And either way, the message is they don't fucking care. Anybody that touts their ideology of trans and diversity and inclusion and let's open the borders to every immigrant everywhere and not let them assimilate and we'll pay for them and the general population of the country will shut the fuck up and not talk about it because it's racist and bigoted and that's it. That's what they are. It's an ideology. It's a militant, dangerous ideology. I think all ideologies are dangerous. Regular religion is an ideology. it can be dangerous. Right now, Christianity is not so dangerous. When it had power, it was. Okay? Ideologies should not have power. We have the problem in Europe that we are living under governments, a lot of them. Germany is one of them, where I live. We're living under governments that are ideologically captured. They are slaves to the ideology. And since they have power, they use their power to cram down the ideology, whether it's climate, whether it's transness, whether it's immigration, all the things, COVID shots, all of them. All of those things are part of this. They are twigs of the same branches of the same ideological monster in the middle, which is leftism, right? Which is wokeism, leftism. That's the ideology. And all of the things, climate change and immigrants and diversity and transness and cutting off little kids' balls, because that's all part of the general ideology. And the people that are in power are part of the ideology. That is very unfortunate for us. You see? And the thing is, everybody that goes along with their ideology is clean for them. They don't see those people as criminals if they are criminals. They don't see those people as bad if they are bad. They're part of the ideology, therefore they are good. Therefore, all of you racist motherfuckers, you shut the fuck up, because we don't care that this dude had child porn in his house. He repented for that, and now he's the moderator of our police gala. So fuck you. That is the message. That's the message. The reason why they did this is not just dumbness or ignorance. They're not that fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the police department must have read the dude's name before this gala kicked off and thought, whoa, we just raided this dude's house like 2 days ago for suspicion of child porn. We better go tell the captain that this might not be such a great idea. Don't tell me nobody fucking knew. And if nobody knew, that's the dumbest fucking police department on the planet. Okay? Sorry, you can't trust them to do shit. Shit, okay? And so they knew, and they just don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck if they get caught. They don't give a fuck if we know about it, because their answer is going to be, screw you, people. That's our ideology. That's what we're here for. You see, that's what we're here to do, is to cram down this crazy leftist woke ideology on you. And we have the power to do it. So we're going to make you submit, and we're going to make it that you will shut up about it. That's why they're doing this. They're doing this to get exactly this reaction, so that they can say, yeah, but we're in power. We have the guns. We're the police department. So whatever you say doesn't fucking matter. The ideology is where we're going. And you got to get on board, or we're going to ruin you. That's their message. That's why leftists are constantly committing crimes and never get any real backlash or punishment. That's why they let illegal immigrants off on light sentences for gang raping 12-year-old girls in the country, right? Very light sentences, not really any punishment, no deportations, and they just let it happen. That's why in America, the Democrats and the left can get away with absolutely everything. And if a right-wing person does that same thing, it's fucked for them. Look at January 6th. All through the summer of love, after George Floyd, the saint, the fucking saint, a guy who held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach and told her to give up her money, a fucking drug addict loser. He hasn't fucking delivered one positive thing for society. Fuck George Floyd. I don't give a fuck about George Floyd. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. And I'm not going to care because Black Lives Matter rips down all the cities in America to try to make me care. No. Fuck him. Fuck him, right? But if they rip down cities, cost billions of dollars worth of damage, no fucking problem. They burned down a church in front of the White House, no fucking problem. But the right-wingers go and do January 6th because the election was actually stolen, and it's insurrection. It's worse than 9/11. It's worse than the attack on Pearl Harbor. It's, oh my God, they're going to go to prison. They're going to go to jail. That's why they all got pardoned, because Trump was like, no, these people have been screwed by the system, and the system is skewed towards wokeness. And only now that Donald Trump is there is the system little bit balancing out. The left is still getting away with tons of shit. Really, they really are, because Trump can't single-handedly change the whole fucking country. It's going to take him time, and it's going to take a lot of people to be on his side. And we here in Europe don't even have a Trump. Everybody that has power is inside of this wokeness. They're on the side of the wokeness. It's us against them. It's the people that don't want any part of this fucked up, crazy lunacy ideology, right? Against those that are trying to force us to be a part of it. Just like the Christians used to do. Just like the Catholics used to do. Remember the Crusades, remember the witch burnings, all that shit. When they had power, they did the same thing. That's why I don't like any ideology, right? Any ideology is fine as long as they don't have any power over me. Like Scientology. I use the example quite a bit. If Tom Cruise comes to my door with his big fucking gold medal and he rings my doorbell and he says, you have to talk into the little fucking cups they have to prove how truthful you are, whatever the fuck it is, their thing, right? I can just tell Tom Cruise to go fuck himself. I'd be like, Tom Cruise, take your fucking medal, shove it in your ass, get the fuck out of here. And I can close, and that's it. That's my only, that's it. He can't make me do shit because he doesn't have any power. And Scientology didn't have any power. So do I care about Scientology? Nope. Everybody that wants to be a Scientologist can be one. I don't give a fuck. Just as long as they don't have any power over me. And I think the same thing about every ideology. And this one is dangerous as fuck. It's a militant, crazy, violent ideology. If they don't get their way, they get violent. You see it all over look, Charlie Kirk, you see it all over the place. Right? So it is our job, again, get these people in power, out of power as soon as you fucking can, using every democratic method you have, voting, petitioning, protesting, whatever you got to do, get them out of power. And put in power people that are not ideologues, that want to do something for your country, that want to do something to change your country for the better, that want to get rid of this woke, fucking crazy bullshit trans insanity, right? Those are the people that need to be empowered. The AfD is the ones here in Germany. They're the only ones. They're the only opportunity to get rid of this craziness and to get out from under the boot of this fucking insane ideology. It's the only way, right? Like Trump was the only way in America. If it would have been Kamala Harris, it would have been woke wonderland up in that bitch. And we'd all been fucked. All right? So that's very important, right? It's also important that regular people start speaking out against this crap. Because I live not in a big city. I live in a very small place in Germany. I love it there. I'm going to stay there. I'm not fucking moving to any city. But sometimes I am in a city. And it's a lot of stores and places that you go in the city have the fucking rainbow flag or the rainbow on the front. And it shows how diverse Vielfalt and Diversität and blah. Look, go in there and fuck with those people. What I mean is, make them look ridiculous. Joke around with them. But make sure they understand in some funny or humorous way that you think that Vielfalt shit is total bullshit. The more people that make these people look ridiculous, because a lot of the fucking places that you go, there's this like Vielfalt and diversity sticker on the windows and shit, but you go in there, it's all white women working there. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing that comes to my mind is that if I'm at the cash register, I'm like, yo, you guys, this diversity shit you got on the window, you should take that down because I only see white bitches. And they get red, right? Of course they get embarrassed. I don't care. I don't care. You got to save these people. Some of these people are not part of this ideology, but because their business chooses to fucking promote this shit, they kind of go along with it. And most people that I actually speak to on it, they're like, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? They're like, they don't agree with it. And the more these stupid businesses see that the regular public does not agree with this crazy bullshit, the more they will stop going after it. In the end, for businesses, it's about money and the bottom line. If they see people making them look ridiculous because of their stupid rainbow and their stupid diversity sticker on the window, they're going to stop doing it. And we, the regular people, the people with common sense, have to send the message to the wokesters in power. Yo, we're not putting up with this shit anymore, no matter what, dude. You know what I'm saying? We're not putting up with this shit. Fuck this woke shit. Fuck this trans shit. I'll tell you what, I would go to the principal's office in my school. If I had a kid, if I had a daughter, I would be in the principal's office already years ago. And I would have said, listen up, dude. If you ever think that you're going to let some boy in my girl's locker room based on some diversity tranny shit, you got another thing coming. You know what I'm saying? Because I will be here faster than the police. I fucking guarantee it. No chance is that ever going to happen. And if 10 of me do that at the school, there's a good chance those principals of those schools are not going to go along with this crazy shit. But if everybody just sits back and let it happen and complain about it behind closed doors, nothing's going to fucking change. Then you're going to have the policeman's ball in fucking Berlin hiring a convicted pedophile, or if he was in possession of child porn, so I guess he's a pedophile, for a gala. And then basically not even making a statement afterwards. Now they've been caught. I haven't heard a statement yet from them. Maybe they made one, but I don't think so. You know what I mean? And they're going to come out and they're like, we didn't really check and we didn't really know. And, it would. No, they don't care. I'm telling you, they don't care. And that's the situation you get. You get a militant, ideological police force, right? That basically is going to do everything it can against you if you are not part of that ideology. And everybody that is gets a free pass, gets a get out of jail free card. Let's make it even worse. This same drag queen was hired by the government. He got $6,000 to fly to Japan and do drag makeup on children. Okay. So he gave a makeup course to children and put makeup on children. He had child porn in his house. And the government hired the guy to go to Tokyo and do some sort of drag trans makeup shit with kids. Wow, if I was Tokyo, I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be pissed. I would be calling Chancellor Mertz right now, and I'm like, what the fuck? You put a pedophile in contact with the kids of my country? And you could have known about it? Oh, man, that would be a bad move if I was the president of Tokyo or president of Japan or whatever the fucking king of Japan, whatever they got. Now, maybe this happened before he got convicted, but I guess that really doesn't matter, huh, does it? Because you know that guy had these tendencies when he went to Tokyo to go put makeup on their children. Great job, German government. Good fucking job. Look at the kind of people we have running the show, guys. It's insane. It's insane. So please, vote for the AFD. Get these fucking people out of power. For God's sake, get them out of power as quickly as you can. This is a dangerous, militant, violent ideology that is trying to force its shit on everybody. Make it stop. Before democracy or democratic methods don't work anymore. We have a small window of time in which we can still solve this problem with democratic process. When that window closes, the only option is going to be a violent revolution. Nobody wants to get there. So take your opportunity and vote for the only party that is going to even attempt to change this craziness. And that is the AFD, people. That's what I got. It's amazing, right? It's amazing. I look it up. I'm not fucking lying. It really did happen. This guy got hired at the police ball. Check it out if you think I'm lying.